know, we should have met with the neighbors, find out what was going on. I literally thought at the time, what could I have done? Again, we could have met with the neighbors. I would have showed them films of our high school team picking up beer bottles at Rockwood Park before Monday practice because they had to follow the beer leagues on Saturday and Sunday. I could have showed them the high school girls softball stadium, except we didn't have one. But we didn't think about that. We just wanted to push this through. And that's kind of what I feel about the developers. It's like, let's run to the council. Let's get approval. I don't know what kind of houses you're going to build. I believe they'll build good houses. They really do. And I think they'll sell them as fast as soon as they put a stake in the ground. I think that house will be sold and the next one will be sold, whatever the numbers is. I'm really bothered by the process. And I would beg you to honor the process. It slows it down. I don't disagree that we need to look at the process. I think that's speech for another day. Speed it up to make it easier for a developer. But I think what you're doing now is telling the developer, doesn't matter what the PNC says. Right on up here and we'll negotiate right here at this podium. I think that's set the dangerous precedent because things get left out. At the school district, they used to call me Charles Concrete, because I didn't want any asphalt. Concrete everywhere. I still do that. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Charles. Then we have it, yes, council, I know you're all done, into council deliberation. Darren, did you, it's been a while, so did you make a motion?
May I interject on your behalf? I mean, the easier thing is for the three of us to decide. I mean, the reason we took it was because his option was expiring. I mean, the reason we took it is because it has to come to council, first of all. It has to come to council. Came to us, the option was expiring the next night, and he didn't answer. The deal had changed tremendously from what went to PNC.
Because of PNC.
Because of your input, they responded to it. So we were asked to validate that. I know that for myself coming into the meeting, I was not going to approve it based on looking at everything and all I knew about it. I don't know about the rest of them. Then they changed all this stuff and got rid of it, and it was a far better project, far better than anything we've ever been approached with. So time was sort of the essence, and so we took our legal action, which was a 3-2 vote. It just wasn't enough to oversee the hurdles there. So we're not in that situation anymore. The option period has passed. My understanding is that he in effect purchased it while it was closed.
Although he threatened to not.
I know. But then he has. So Marvin, are you aware of any reason that this goes back that it would mess up their situation?
I'm not aware of anything.
So I don't know how y'all feel. I'm thinking now we don't have the time crunch. I don't know I can't make an argument against sending it back. I think we were convinced it was a good project with the changes. At the time, Darren wasn't. He's done homework since then. He's now convinced. So I think the four of us feel comfortable moving forward based on what we know. But however,
How do you know how I feel?
However,
How do you know how I feel?
well, we know how you. I think
How? How do you know? I voted no then, so did he.
Okay.
How do you?
So at
basically
least
know what's
four,
off our minds?
at least 4, maybe 5 are comfortable. However,
I'm not comfortable with it.
having said that, I am not uncomfortable with going back to PNC at all. So if that's the citizens' wish, in fact, it's refreshing, I will say, because over the years, my observation of PNC, I've seen multiple meetings where they've said, where they don't want to make the hard call, and they'll say, well, the council makes the ultimate decision anyway, we'll just push this on the council without making a decision.
I agree.
So I'm just saying, historically, that's what we've seen.
Yeah.
That's not the case now, so let's send it back to PNC and let it go through the process, and it'll come back here, and maybe, the deal might change again. I don't know what as far as I know, the complaints are increased traffic, which doesn't I mean, my point on that is that that property could have been developed as a street in the 50s, and there would already be 4 times 4 is 16 houses on it. So, and no one would have said anything. So from 16 to 20 is a minor increase in my mind, so I don't think the traffic would, would be an issue on that. The other is the 5-foot setback on each side. That's a change and a difference. And, like the point they made, which I don't know if that's been validated, is that this development would be appropriate and fit in like 96% of the USA or something, crazy like that. So to think that it wouldn't fit in River Oaks is maybe a little bit egregious. But anyway, regardless, I'm fine. Let's just send it back. You don't need to make your motion. We'll make the motion for number 9. I think it was.
Well, we do. Council still, John has.
That's heard.
Right. I'm just saying.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you though.
We're going way out of path here.
Yeah, okay.
I would like to hear Johnny's comments.
Yeah, okay. There were some things in that deal I didn't like. They're showing something on the parking. Darren just touched on it. One of my fears, of course, we're talking about zoning, but was to not repeat the same mistake around the ballpark. So, yeah, I would like to have bigger lots and the same house. 16, yeah, for me. I went to a lot of meetings years ago when we were doing all this, and I've heard what everybody said. It was a way more packed house than this. So that's kind of, when I'm weighing the scales, if something's close, that's kind of the way but I like to make a motion to send it back to zoning, case PZ 2021-0008R3.
Okay, I was gonna ask if Darren needs to withdraw his motion, but Darren has now seconded that motion, so.
In essence, though, it's not a motion sent back to P&Z. The what's on the floor, if you're going to repeal what you voted on last week. And so if you...
That's not gonna, but what the motion that's been made is not to do.
There's nothing on there that says send back to P&Z. It's up to them if they want to.
Item number 9 does say,
Okay.
item number 9 allows them if they make an application, so.
But we're not making a motion to send it back. It's up to them if they choose to.
Correct. I have to believe.
So it's a motion to consider designating that denial as without prejudice.
Prejudice.
But we have to read the whole motion.
Right, so it allows them to reapply.
So are you wanting to read it, or?
I don't care.
I made the motion to approve it last time, so I'll make this motion. So I move designating the August 3rd, 2021 effective denial, is what I'm calling it, because my motion was to approve it, and it failed because it didn't beat before. So it was an effective denial as without prejudice in zoning case PZ 2021-0008RZ. To rezone approximately 3.9772 acres of land in the same host of the subdivision described as being lots 23B, 24B, and 25B, otherwise known as 5910 Black Oak Lane in River Oaks, Tarrant County, Texas, from the CF Community Facility District to PDR4 Plan Development District. Designating the August 3rd, 2021 effective denial as without prejudice in zoning case PZ 21 dash. Is this not repeating the same thing again? I'll read it anyway. It looks like to me it's in reply. To rezone approximately 3.9772 acres of land in the same list of the subdivision described as being lots 23B, 24B, and 25B, otherwise known as 5910 River Oaks, Black Oak Lane, in River Oaks, Tarrant County, Texas, from the CF Community Facility District to the PDR4 Plan Development District.
Second.
Okay, we have,
You want to waive the application fee?
It was the application fee.
Yes.
And thereby allowing them to reapply to P&Z inside of a 1-year period.
That was,
So we're going to do.
The whole thing was to be able to allow them to come back if they so desire to come back.
we ought to do that on any business that comes in. If he gets denied, hey, if you make a substantial change, you ought to be able to come back.
And while we're on it, or I don't, you might want to take the vote first. I have a question for Betsy.
you can take, I never asked.
So Betsy, is the default is that they can't come back? Is that designated by state law, or is that something we could change?
That's what your ordinance. It's not state law that you,
Okay, because it would seem to me,
are you zoning ordinance.
that we would want to change our ordinance. So the default is